Man, Fern dropped the bank heist of the century, man. Let's get to the video, bro.
Jenny is working the night shift at a cash depot in Sweden. She's counting banknotes, tons of money. But by now, it's just pieces of paper to her. Routine, really. Just like these headphones she and the others are wearing to block out the noise. Okay. But suddenly, a new sound starts to creep in. Wait, is that a helicopter? This is the beginning of one of the most spectacular bank heists in history. Robbers will strike.
I ain't gonna lie. If niggas is robbing a bank and they pulling up in a helicopter, GG's, bro. Immediately just start emptying the cash register. It's over with, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not testing y'all with my life, bro. Y'all went to desperate measures and got a helicopter? Fuck no. Fuck no. Money would have been on the table as soon as they walked in. Safe open, everything cracked open. Just take it, bro.
At the exact same time.
What?
The police will be outmatched, the authorities humiliated, and millions in cash will be stolen. The chase will lead investigators to Eastern Europe. And, of all things, the security camera at a local McDonald's will provide a crucial clue. We dug through countless court documents to piece together how the Vestberga
Don't tell me they went and stopped and got some eats after the robbery, bro. At McDonald's, though, ain't no way they did that.
Down, and who was really behind it.
Oh, helicopter is crazy work. W animations by Fern, bro. This is what you call content, chat. Got the cat chilling with me today, y'all. Alright, shit.
September 23, 2009. Spectacular robberies in Sweden have been making headlines for several years now. But this heist tops everything. As the international press turns its attention to the small town of Vestberga, the authorities are clueless. How much money was stolen? How many robbers were involved? And why couldn't the police stop them? According to a Swedish daily newspaper, police didn't reach the cash depot until 30 minutes after the alarm was triggered. Meanwhile, the nearest police station is only a 15-minute walk away. What happened? Official statement.
You tell me it's a 15-minute walk. Basically, that translates into like a 15-minute walk. Let's see, that's like a 5-minute drive, maybe less. And they got there 30 minutes after? Nah, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way.
Statements are vague. The security company that owns the cash depot stays quiet too. G4S is one of the largest security firms in the world. They install security systems and protect sites such as nuclear power plants in the US and even the Pentagon. Right before the end of the month, depots like this one are packed with cash. So people across Sweden can withdraw their salaries the moment the money arrives. A pretty good time to strike. So far, only one thing is clear. This is the first robbery in Sweden to use a helicopter. A Bell 206. It's a relatively small light chopper. One of the best-selling models ever. It can carry 5 people including the pilot. But it isn't built for heavy loads. A well-known Swedish criminologist speculates that the robbers could have stolen up to 1 billion kroner from the depot. Back then, about
Hold on. 1 billion kroner. Bro should have put that in USD, bro. What we doing?
130.
Hold on, man. I need to know how much. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Chopper.
1 billion kroner.
The best-selling model.
USD. That's supposed to be 1 billion. How much is 1 billion? One more. But that's what, 10 mil? I don't fuck it. That's too much numbers, bro. I can't dissect that right now. Fuck it, bro. I don't know.
It can carry 5 people, including the pilot. But it isn't built for heavy loads. A well-known Swedish criminologist speculates that the robbers could have stolen up to 1 billion kroner from the depot. Back then, about $130 million. Helicopter experts, on the other hand, say that carrying that much cash, it should have crashed.
130
so how the hell
mil.
did they pull this off? September 23, the early morning hours. Mittinge, a small town known for its sea views and peaceful atmosphere, is asleep. Alongside holiday homes, the town also has a hangar, housing these 2 helicopters. They belong to the Stockholm police.
Did they take one?
And this man sneaking through the bushes has his eye on
what?
them.
Bro, I was wondering, how did they get a helicopter?
A plastic box. The man places the first box in front of the hangar. Then he moves to the back and places the second one. Then he returns to the hangar's entrance and pulls out a hatchet. He smashes the numbered entry pad several times. Finally, he disappears back into the darkness. And then, nothing happens. The
What?
man walks to the nearest bus stop and gets rid of his gear. His part of the job is done. Now it's up to the others. Back at the depot. Down
The
here,
fuck?
Jenny and her colleagues are counting cash. Up here, a Bell 206 barrels toward the building. With remarkable precision, it lands on the roof, perfectly positioned between the glass pyramid and the edge. 3 people
Imagine
jump out.
they hit that shit.
One is carrying a submachine gun. Another
MP5?
runs straight toward the pyramid and swings a huge sledgehammer at the glass. Again and again.
Wow.
Meanwhile, his accomplice calmly unloads his gear. Explosives, climbing ropes, and mailbags. 2 ladders are attached to the
Bro,
helicopter.
How did they? I know they're gonna explain it, but how the fuck did they get that much money up back to the helicopter? Like, hold on, I gotta see this shit, bro.
The robbers detach one of them and set it down beside the chopper.
Oh,
After
they
a
had it
few more
laddered.
swings, the glass gives way. The helicopter lifts off. The robbers enter the building.
these niggas is experienced, chat. They playing
Yenny's
GTA.
boss spots them. He knows they're coming for the counting room, so he rushes back and yells.
Secure the money.
Then he triggers the alarm and calls building security. Yenny still doesn't fully clock what's
Amir,
going
what's
on,
up, bro?
but her boss's instructions are clear. The cash has to be locked away in these cages, made of reinforced steel, secured with padlocks. It's still quiet at the police station, about a 10-minute drive from Vestberga. Inspector Guran Palm is about to finish his shift. He's waiting for his colleague
He
to take
kicked
over.
up, bro. Chilling.
When suddenly, the alarm sounds. Immediately, Inspector Palm rushes to his car. A colleague jumps in after him. They're told that the alarm came from the G4S cash depot. Helicopter, armed men, on the roof. Palm speeds toward the scene. He feels like he's starring in a Hollywood movie. Soon, they're closing in on the depot, when Palm spots
Come
something
on.
on the road. The officers jump out of the car to find out what just happened. Chains,
What? Come here, come
stretched
on, chill.
across the entire road and studded with spikes.
What?
The robbers are inside the building.
No way they was thinking that far ahead. These niggas put spikes in the road, chat? No. We gotta go back. Hold on. Very low-key distracted.
Closing in on the depot, when Palm spots something on the road.
What you
The
do to your
officers
tablet,
jump
dude?
out of the car to find out what just happened. Chains, stretched across the entire road and studded with spikes.
Oh, hold on, chat.
The robbers
Kamiri, you're dragging it, bro. All right, we back.
are inside the building now. They set up a ladder to climb up to the 6th floor. The main vault where the money is usually stored is on the 2nd floor, but the counting room is up here.
What?
To get there, this glass pane needs to go. Hitting it with a sledgehammer doesn't work. So the
What?
robber uses explosives. He presses a bomb made of dynamite against the glass, connects a wire,
These
and
niggas is
detonates it.
advanced. Wow.
They enter the office and smash through this simple door. Now, just a single steel door separates the
Just realized, 6th floor. Why the fuck is this bank so big? The bank has 6 floors, bro? What do they have 6 floors for? What the hell?
robbers from the cash depot's staff. In the counting room,
Big
the
as
staff
hell.
is still frantically securing the money. When they hear the explosion, they panic. The team leader has been trained for a lot of things, but not for this. Then there's another explosion. The robbers are trying to get through the door. The explosion mangles the
Damn.
metal around the handle, but it stays intact. But after a third explosion, smoke enters the room. The staff
Damn.
needs to get out of here, fast. The team leader orders everyone into the main vault on the 2nd floor. They leave the room through a secondary exit, take the stairs down several floors, and enter an airlock just outside the main vault. The airlock is designed for one person. Now 14 people have to squeeze inside, including a pregnant woman. In this hermetically sealed
Damn.
room, there's no cell reception. The group leader can't call building security or
Damn.
anyone else. And the door to the vault won't open. They're stuck. Their colleagues in the vault room are also panicking. Building security has instructed them to keep the airlock door closed. They have no visual on the robbers. Maybe they're even hiding among the employees in the airlock. It's so cramped in here that no one can move. The air is stuffy, the heat almost unbearable. Yenny's colleague struggles to pull out a photo of her daughter. If the robbers want to get into the vault by blowing their way through the airlock, no one here will survive. Meanwhile, the robbers
That's a fact, bro. If they blow that shit in, bro, GG's. Everybody in there is cooked, chat. How is it made for one person and they all squeezing in there, though? Especially the pregnant lady? God damn.
Counting room. They carve into the cage's padlocks with a buzzsaw.
Wow.
The locks are gone within seconds. While they're packing, they seem oddly calm, as if they know that no one will catch them anytime soon. Robbing a place is a pretty unethical way to make money. But let's look at this list real quick. Rural and barely making it. For this one, ethnic second city strugglers. Or our personal favorite, credit crunched city families. These are real marketing lists, full of vulnerable people to be targeted by predatory ads. Hey, we heard you broke. Worried about securing your kid's future? How about you try some gambling? Data brokers make these lists.
What?
They find out everything about you,
Is this an ad?
compile it, and sell all your info in bulk. This industry is huge and it's in for you, and you can Incogni makes sure your data stays deleted.
Bro, this nigga had the smoothest ad ever I see. Bro, this might have been smoother than Mr. Beast, bro. This might have been smoother than Mr. Beast, bro. And I didn't even peep the ad shit on the top, bro. I'm like, is this an ad, bro? What the fuck? That shit was too smooth, bro. Hey, I give it to you, Fern. I give it to you, my boy. That shit was smooth.
To get started.
I'm like, whoa.
The spiked chains Palm drove into aren't the only ones. All around the depot, every access road is blocked by metal chains about 10 meters long.
Wow.
If a police car drove over one of these chains, its tires would instantly be sliced open.
Wait,
The robbery has been in progress for more than 15.
that mean they literally slicing everybody's tires that's driving by there. Civilians is driving, minding their business, getting their shit slashed. Like, what? That's crazy. Oh, maybe like they had somebody set it up. Okay. Probably like
The
around when they
helicopter's
did it.
still circling above,
But still, I don't
meaning
know.
the robbers are still inside. Police request aerial support from the military, but the armed forces can't
Oh.
provide any aircraft. Instead, police helicopters are ordered in. We don't know exactly how, but Inspector Palm eventually gets close to the depot. He sets up a roadblock a few hundred meters away from the building. When Palm and his colleagues ask whether they're allowed to fire at the helicopter, the answer is a strict no. It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Instead, they're ordered to wait for the National Task Force. Palm is frustrated. All he can do is stand there and wait. Luckily,
They shoot that shit
the
down
police
and crash
helicopter
into a
must
building or
already be
something?
on its way. Or is it? At 5:30 in the morning, police officers in Mittinga receive an alert. Robbery ongoing, a helicopter is involved. Air support required. 2 officers race toward the hangar. Their helicopter was returned just hours earlier. They'll have it ready in 10 minutes and be over Vestberga 15 minutes after the alarm. But at the entrance, they stop. Is that a bomb? There's no way they can reach the helicopter. And even if they could they really risk taking off in a fuel-filled helicopter next to explosives? The 2 officers have
Bro, these niggas is smart as hell, bruh. I was wondering what those was. They put bombs near the helicopters. Oh my God, bruh. They smart as hell. These niggas was thinking outside the box, around the corner, bro. Ain't no way they was this bro. They must have did this already. This ain't their first robbery. Ain't no way. Either that or they've been labbing this shit up for years. In the lab, just labbing. Like, all right, we about to do this, that.
have
What?
only one option. Call in the bomb squad and wait at a safe distance.
These niggas is
So the White Bell
advanced.
206 keeps circling above the cash depot, unbothered. The security team watches as the intruders reappear in the courtyard and make their way toward the roof, carrying at least 7 bags.
Wow.
They hoist them up. The 3 men climb the ladders. One hesitates for a moment, as if he wants to go back in to get more of the money. Then they jump into the helicopter, bags in hand. And just 30 minutes after hitting the cash depot, they disappear into the morning sky.
Wow.
When the SWAT team enters the building, the robbers are long gone. Finally, the airlock door in the cash depot opens. The team leader, Yenny, and her colleagues are safe. At the police hangar in Mittinga, the bomb squad is in full swing. They use a water cannon to neutralize the bombs. But
Water
there are no
cannon?
explosions and no smoke. As the special unit approaches, they find 2 very wet plastic boxes with lights attached. They fell for dummies. Meanwhile, about a kilometer away, firefighters are putting out a small...
Wasn't even real bombs. Yo. Nah, fam. Imagine you could have had the heli, but like you thinking it's a whole time, it's not a bomb. These niggas literally play with y'all.
Roadside fire
That's
at a bus
tough.
stop.
I
In
ain't
the
gonna lie.
ashes, they find remains of a mask, gloves, a hatchet, a canister, and a lighter. Around 6 a.m., people in nearby towns spot an object in the sky. A small white helicopter flying unusually low and slow over the forests. Not a single light is on. The robbers land in a forested park. They take everything with them, leaving only a GPS device and a few cable ties behind. Investigators find the helicopter about 2 hours later. They learn it was stolen from a flight school about 70 kilometers northeast of Stockholm just after 4 a.m.
Damn.
A manhunt is underway this morning.
As the country wakes up, the heist dominates the news. A reward of about $900,000 is offered for information on the robbers. The next day,
900,000
the Swedish
for any 900,000 for any. What do you mean by any information? I'm not catching them, but any information, 900,000. Shit, I get started on this shit tonight. Right, bro. 900,000? What?
police
Man,
still have no suspects,
shit.
despite the fact that they
Hey.
knew about the planned helicopter heist long before it happened.
Wait, what?
Still have no suspects, despite the fact that they knew about the planned helicopter heist long before it happened.
Wow.
A month before the heist, Swedish police receive a warning from Serbia's intelligence service. A crew of international thieves is planning to strike. Serbian police even share specifics. A helicopter is to be used. 3 robbers will carry out the job, backed by a group of around 20 people. The chopper will land on the roof of
How
a
do they be knowing shit
multi-story
like this?
building. The crew will blast their way inside and in under 5 minutes grab the equivalent of roughly $13 million. The whole thing will go down by September 16 at the latest. If not, the plan will be called off. The Swedish police put security measures in place. The public prosecutor authorizes phone surveillance of 2 suspects. As a precaution, police helicopters are moved from Ittinga to a safe location. For the planned break-in, the police identified the most likely target, the Panaxia Cash Depot in Bromma, in western Stockholm. The second most likely target, the G4S Depot in Västberga. For 4 weeks, authorities remain on high alert, reinforcing their task forces during the nights around September 16. But then, nothing happens, in Bromma or in Västberga. So the police end the special operation,
Wow.
and the police helicopters move back to Mittinga. That's not the only vulnerability the robbers exploit. In the early 2000s, Sweden sees a string of robberies. The companies hit hardest are the ones that run cash depots. They're looking for help, including from the government. As early as 2005, a security company urged the government to place all cash depots and similar facilities under state protection. A formal review followed and ran for 3 years, but the Ministry of Defense took no action. Because the authorities never classified these facilities as protected sites, virtually anyone can access the building's blueprints. Floor plans of the roofs and facades, staircases and windows, everything neatly documented level by level. A Swedish news outlet later asked G4S whether the company had attempted to make the Västberga building plans confidential. G4S didn't respond. But by then, it didn't matter. The money was gone. And so were the thieves.
That shit done.
But they didn't vanish without a trace.
All right.
In fact, they left quite a bit behind. The burned remains at the bus stop in Mittinga, for example. The cable ties used to secure the ladders to the helicopter. The sledgehammer that smashed the glass roof, including bloodstains. Because the heist was so meticulously planned, police believe the masterminds must have had military training. In all of Sweden,
Low-key,
only
bro.
a small circle of people could be capable of pulling off a coup like this.
Bro,
Thanks
they
to the
gotta
warning
be
from
experts.
Serbia, the Swedish police started surveilling this circle in time. Now they're sitting on a mountain of data, calls, texts, pages upon pages of logs. One of the people under surveillance is a man called Goran Bojevic, a 38-year-old Swede with parents from Montenegro. Until recently, he worked as a construction contractor. According to Serbian wiretaps, he was recently in contact with a childhood friend, Milan Zevo, who made a career in a completely different field, the Stockholm Mafia. Zevo has since relocated to Serbia's capital, Belgrade. In 2009, Bojevic traveled to Belgrade multiple times to meet Zevo, According to the wiretap, Boyevich handed over large sums of money during these visits. Swedish police realized that Boyevich is asking Zevo for help. At the end of August, the two speak on the phone. You know what? I called a school here and asked how much it costs to learn it. 15,000 euros. Boyevich wants to learn to fly a helicopter.
A flight
Zevo
school.
shuts the idea down.
Wow.
Pilot training would take way too long. So Boyevich starts looking into another solution. It's September 2, 3 weeks before the heist. Boyevich is in his car, driving toward Hepsholmen, a small island in Stockholm. It has a museum right on the waterfront. Boyevich is here to meet these two men. They've been waiting for him. He walks up to them and sits down between them. Just a few meters away, a woman walks her dog. Her real job is to observe Goran Boyevich. She can't hear exactly what the men are saying. She can only keep an eye on them. The three chat for about 5 minutes with Boyevich doing most of the talking. Then, handshakes. One man walks with Boyevich to his car while the other gets into a Peugeot and drives off.
Okay.
On September 28, 5 days after the heist, the police and a Swedish court announced that 6 suspects have been arrested. One of the suspects is Goran Boyevich. Searching his apartment, investigators found a bag containing about 118,500 kroner, roughly $15,000 at the time.
Okay.
He's believed to have put the team together. Another man is arrested at Arlanda Airport just before he can escape to the Canary Islands. The press nicknames him Flykt, which means escape in Swedish. His real name is Alexander Eriksson. He's a TV producer who runs in high society circles with Swedish celebrities. He's even rumored to be in contact with the Prime Minister. Between October and December, police arrest 7 more men accused of helping plan or taking part in the heist. One of them is believed to have planted the fake bombs. His DNA is found in the remains of the gloves and the lighter. In January, investigators identified the man who carried the submachine gun. The police already know him. His name is Zada Kadum, and this was his second armed robbery.
See?
Back in 2000,
They
he
in
and
the
a gang
field.
stole invaluable art from the Swedish National Museum. He was caught and served 2 years in prison. Now he's been caught again. In July 2010, the public prosecutor presses charges. While the 10 arrests are seen as a major success for the investigation, authorities believe there must have been more people involved behind the scenes. For over 10 months, the police gather evidence and interview witnesses. 50 investigators work the case full-time. By now, they have a clear picture of how much the robbers managed to steal. Almost 40 million kroner, about $5 million at the time. That's how they managed to get away by helicopter, not taking too much. Just under a year after the robbery, the 10 men stand trial. 5 of them are accused of being directly involved in the heist. The other 5 face charges of aiding and abetting. The public prosecutor is confident there's enough evidence to convict all of them. But the men deny the charges. Take Alexander Eriksson, the TV producer. He's accused of flying the helicopter on the night of the heist. No way, he insists. His DNA in the stolen helicopter? That's easily explained, he says. After all, the chopper was stolen from the flight school he's been a member of for 15 years. The undercover officer at the museum clearly identifies him as the man in the suit at the meeting with Boyevich. Eriksson admits he was at the meeting. And yes, he talked to Boyevich, but about wind power, since Boyevich works in construction. He claims to have an alibi, too. On the night of the heist, he was involved in a car accident. But there's a problem. An hour after the supposed accident, he's spotted at a local McDonald's, about a 30-minute walk from where the helicopter was later found. Surveillance footage shows Eriksson calmly ordering breakfast just before 7 a.m.
Damn.
How did he get from a car crash in central Stockholm to a McDonald's in the suburbs? The prosecution is convinced that 2 of the other defendants staged the crash to give him an alibi. Surprisingly, one of them, Zada Kadum, admits his involvement.
Yo, that's smart, bro. Like, he low-key tripped up, but at the same time, they staged a crash to give that man an alibi, bro. These niggas was literally thinking. They was in the lab for real, bro.
Investigators found his blood on multiple pieces of evidence.
Ow.
The other defendants continued to deny any involvement in the heist. But after just 18 days of trial, 7 of the 10 defendants are convicted. Alexander Eriksson and Zada Kadum are each sentenced to 7 years in prison for armed robbery.
Damn.
The other 5 defendants are found guilty of aiding, abetting, and protecting criminals, including Goran Boyevich, who also goes to prison. Before the trial, they were seen as
That's
daring...
not bad, though. 7 years? And they didn't came out with what? How much mil? 18 mil, I think. Hold on, let me see how much. Yeah, 2050. 2050. 2050. How much? 5 mil. And 7 of them. That's not too bad. I mean, 7 years though. I don't know. They probably needed a little more for it to make it worth it, but that's not too bad.
How did he get from a car to Boyevich, who also goes to prison?
All right, here we go.
Before the trial, they were seen as daring, clever crooks. None of them were elite soldiers in the Balkan Wars, as was speculated. But the trial stripped them of their mystique. They turned out to be nothing more than a ragtag group of violent criminals. After the heist, heated debate broke out in Sweden over how such attacks could be prevented in the future. Trade unions spoke out. Handling cash creates a dangerous work environment for employees. So, for their protection, maybe they should just get rid of it. According to a report from the banking union, 1 in 4 retail workers had already been a victim of a robbery, some multiple times. And according to an anti-cash lobby group, 2 out of every 3 Swedish kroner in circulation was actually unreported money. The helicopter heist in Västberga contributed to a shift in thinking. Over time, cash gradually disappeared from daily life.
Damn.
Sweden was the first country in Europe to print paper money back in 1661. About 350 years later, it was one of the first to start abandoning it. The number of robberies in Sweden dropped dramatically. In 2008, there were over 100. By 2016, it was down to just 2. Today, many shops only accept cashless payment. Theft happens online now. In 2025, the Swedish Central Bank reported that Sweden and Norway had the least cash in circulation relative to their economies of any countries in the world.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, we gonna get to that point where it's no more cash, bro. Like, everything about to be digital, and niggas really about to be getting hacked out here, bro. Like, I wonder how they gonna make it to where it's like your money is really guaranteed or protected, because it's really not, bro. Hackers can really and want to. And like, if you don't have like a strong case or really be like, yeah, I got hacked and it's stolen, bro, GG's, your shit's gone, bro. Like, dude, your shit's over with.
Cash is still around, and someone somewhere.
And if you think about it, they can print unlimited money. Like, think about that, bro. Like, I get they can print paper money. It costs money to print paper, but bro, they can literally just throw a number on the screen and be like, yeah, you got more money. Like, what? That is crazy.
Quite a lot of it, because the money from the Västberga heist was never recovered.
Never recovered? Huh?
The heist was never. One somewhere has quite a lot of it, because the money from the Västberga heist was never recovered.
Wow. That's tough. Hey, so successful robbery? Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, man. Hey, that's tough though.